Hey, this is Michelle, and I'm going to do a video on an ornament I made for an exchange I did over on Instagram. So I made these snowmen with my daughter. Well, originally I made them. I found the video on YouTube, and it is in the link below. So I'm just going to show you the pieces that my daughter did at 10 versus the stuff she makes now at 14. So she's really, really good at baking things out of clay, molding, shaping. Anyhow, so I decided to take these little snowmen that we made and make an ornament out of it. I bought these blank ornaments or wooden ornaments at Hobby Lobby, and then I just got some Christmassy paper from Michael's. I went back to Hobby Lobby and they did not have the ones that I originally got, so I bought another set that are thinner, and I actually think I like the thinner ones better. So I have this paper that I got, and I'm using snow paste that I got from Michael's and Collage Pauge and some pink Heidi Swapp sprays, just some material scraps, sticker paper that I typed Be Merry on, and a pit marker, some glitter. These are metal rim tags that I got at Walmart, and I did find them at the Dollar Tree. And those are that's from a rug that I took apart, and those are all, it's almost like Sari ribbon. And then I used some music paper, music sheets, some thick gesso. I know those are for sanding, those are sanding blocks for pencils and sketching, but they're cheap, so I use them to sand. And then I used a chrome marker for the edges. I just wanted to show you the difference between thick gesso and thin gesso. And then I went around and sanded everything. So what I'm going to do is just trace the ornament so that I can have a background paper. And I liked the Christmas tree paper because it kind of looks like Christmas trees in the background with the snowmen on it, as you saw in the beginning. So I just kind of placed it where I wanted them, and then used matte gel medium to glue it down, or adhere it, I guess. And I just use my fingers a lot, so you could use a brush or whatever you'd like. I just wanted it to be good and thick so it didn't peel up or anything. So then I just pressed it into place. So after I've pressed it into place really well, and you want to make sure that you do use a brayer or just push down really well with your hand to make sure there's no bubbles or anything. Make sure everything adheres properly. And then on the newer ornaments that I got, the hole's a lot smaller, so I know I won't be able to pull all the fibers through. So I'm just using one of the big crocodile punches to make the hole bigger. And it cuts through like super easy, so that's awesome. And now I'm just ripping down the extra on the top because I don't need it to be that tall, and I want to be able to get to the hole. So then I'm just going to cut any excess that was over. Even though I laid it down and measured it, there's still some overage, so I just cut that off. And then I used again the sketching sandpaper or whatever to file the edges off. Just any paper that was over a little bit, and just to make everything look really smooth. And then this is just my coordinating paper, and I wanted the edges to be ripped. So I ripped that down kind of like a hill, I guess. Just trying to give the illusion of, I guess, a separation or a place to set the snowman down, or set him on. So I'm just using some music paper also, and this has like Asian letters on it. I love anything with Asian script on it. My youngest daughter is adopted from China, so that's just a little bit that kind of reminds me of her. So you probably will see or do see lots of Asian font in my collage papers. So anyhow, I'm just going to glue those two pieces together with a glue stick. And then I'm going to go ahead and make one for the other side so they'll kind of overlap. So I'll put that one there, and then fast forward, I made another one. And I do use matte gel medium to adhere those down. And typically for like thicker things, I'll use the super heavy matte gel medium. It works really well if you have any fear at all of something not sticking or not adhering well. So again, I'm using my fingers. I don't know why it's like therapeutic, I guess, just to dip your fingers in paint and glue. And so then I put that side down too, and again, press them down. Make sure there's no air bubbles, no bubbles underneath there. Cut the excess off. And then I'm also going to file down the edges as well. And then I'm just going to take a coat of, just put a coat of Collage Pauge on there, just over the whole thing. And I'm going to use a pit marker just to kind of shade a little bit, add some definition. And this will make it so it doesn't adhere into the paper. It'll allow me to spread it easier with my finger. And then also on the top where I tore it down, I wanted that to be flat and not porous. And then I'm just showing you that you do need a glue gun also. And here, those are my little snowmen, and I'm just picking out which size I wanted. And I picked him. Oh, no, I didn't. I guess I wanted a little bit of a chubbier one. So pushed that off to the side. And then this is the material. I'm not sure what this piece is from. It's either like an old sheet or an old tablecloth, something. But I just ripped it, and then I used its Heidi Swapp color shine, and this color is hot pink. And I have a craft mat underneath. Actually, it's an oven liner, so they're cheaper and you can get them in packs, so it works the same. So I'm just going to spray that on my craft mat. Like if you've watched any of my other videos, I do this a lot with scraps of material to make it into like ribbon, shabby ribbon. And add a little bit of water just so it goes a little bit further. And I can spread it more, and a little bit more water. And then I have these cheap cloths from dish towels from IKEA, and I just put it in there and squeeze out all the excess. And then off camera, I dry it really well. Okay, so now it's dry, and this is just sticker paper that I typed "Be Merry" on my typewriter. And I'm just cutting it out, and I'm going to adhere it on a little bit on the end of the paper, or I mean on the end of the material ribbon that I made. And again, I always like to rip it because I like the frayed edges. And I already made one of these. I already made the ornaments for my exchange, but I did a video so that I could show you all what I made, and then also I wanted to give one away because it is Christmas and the spirit of giving. So all you have to do is comment below if you'd like to win, and I will draw a name and mail it to you. So I just sewed the edges on the Be Merry, and I will adhere that at the end. My glue gun is nice and hot. So, and you could use matte medium or whatever you wanted. I just wanted to make sure it stuck down really well, so I used the glue gun. And then this is the not Liquitex, it's Molotow Liquid Chrome marker that you've probably seen me use in other videos because I love it. And I'm just going around the edges. And then also, like on the old-fashioned ornaments, they always had that little metal, I don't know what it's called, but that kind of has a scalloped edge. So I just wanted to finish that, make it look a little more finished. And you don't really see it because of the big, huge, obnoxious bow I put on the top, but it still made me feel better to have it done. Okay, so this is the, it's one of those braided rugs that I took apart, and then that's the material that we made. And then also some yarn, just kind of in coordinating colors. And so I cut that to size. And now I'm going to use the pit marker just to kind of shade a little bit. You know, like I said, I don't know how much this stands out, but it's kind of a process that you get used to. So, and I liked it better. So I'm just going around the snowman and around the kind of hill type area, and then around the whole ornament, and just kind of rubbing to blend it. And I love pit markers for that. It's just a perfect way to add some shading without really knowing what you're doing, necessarily having to know what you're doing. So, and then I wanted to go around the snowman, but I couldn't get in there really well, so I used a Q-tip. So like I said, I don't think any of this is necessarily important, but you get into a habit of doing something and you just kind of follow suit with what you've always done. Okay, and now I'm going to take those fibers and put them through the top of the ornament, and I do have a little bit of a hard time, so I use just a dotting tool. These ones were for nail art, but you can get them at Hobby Lobby or Tuesday Morning. So I pull them through one at a time and set them off to the side. And then these are just some metal rimmed tags, and they're kind of on a jump ring. My Walmart here doesn't have them. I bought them when I lived in Michigan, but I did see them at the Dollar Tree. So if you're looking for them, I don't know how good they are, but I'm sure they'd be fine. So I just put 2018 on there because just kind of note the year. And then I got some cheap little bead sets that I've had for a super, super long time, and pulled out some coordinating type colors, just a blue, a red, and I think that's like a smoky gray, but, or plum, I don't know, but it looked like it matched at the end. So I just strung those on there. and then I pulled it through the pink, just the pink material. And then I just tied a bow at the top. Now, how are they going to put this on their tree? I have no idea, but that's not my problem once it's not there anymore. Once I've sent it to whoever I sent it to, they can figure that part out. So then I'm just going to trim the edges because it's a little big. And then there's that part. And now I'm going to use the snow paste. I bought this on clearance a couple years ago, but I believe it's like that Snowtex stuff that you can get right at Michael's. But you can also just make fiber paste or use fiber paste. And you can make fiber paste with like paper pulp, like toilet paper and gesso and glue and stuff. Or matte medium, sorry. So I just kind of put that down just to kind of represent snow. And I got a little too much, so I wiped it away because I still wanted that blue to show through a little bit more. And then I took just some chunky glitter and sprinkled that on there. And then I'm going to take some Collage Pauge and sprinkle just some like teal or aqua chunky glitter just over on the background, just a little bit, not a ton. Or maybe a little more. And then I'm going to take the Be Merry that I typed and put together, and oops, had a little extra fiber there. And just adhere that over off to the side. And that's it. That's pretty much it. So if you would like to enter for a chance to win, all you have to do is subscribe to me on YouTube, and I'll pick a name in a week and mail it to you. Thanks for watching.